you over 65 and dealing with joint pain, fatigue, or chronic inflammation that doctors say is just part of aging? What if I told you that's completely wrong and that 5 specific foods can dramatically reduce inflammation in your body and help you feel years younger? In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal these scientifically proven miracle foods that researchers have found can cut inflammation by up to 74%. The third food on this list is so powerful that Japanese scientists discovered it reduced autoimmune flare-ups in women with lupus by 3/4, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Barbara, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Kansas, couldn't climb her front steps without wincing from joint pain. After her doctor dismissed her concerns as normal aging, she discovered these 5 foods and added them to her daily routine. Within 6 weeks, she was hiking with her grandchildren again and felt more energetic than she had in over a decade. Food 1. Vitamin C. Powerhouses, your body's natural anti-inflammatory switch. Did you know that certain vitamin C-rich foods act like a natural volume-down button for your overactive immune system? This isn't just wishful thinking or health guru nonsense that you see plastered all over social media. Research conducted by immunologists at Tokyo Medical University has shown that foods high in vitamin C, specifically oranges, strawberries, broccoli, and cherry tomatoes, actually boost the production of regulatory T cells in your body. These special immune cells, often called Tregs by scientists, function as your body's internal peacekeepers, telling your immune system when to calm down and stop attacking healthy tissue. What makes this discovery so revolutionary is that these foods work differently than synthetic vitamin C supplements, which often pass through your system without being properly absorbed. The study followed 847 women with autoimmune conditions for over 2 years, and the results were nothing short of remarkable. Those who consumed the highest levels of vitamin C from whole foods experienced a 74% reduction in inflammatory flare-ups compared to those with the lowest intake. Dr. Hiroshi Yamamoto, the lead researcher, explained that these foods don't just provide vitamin C, they deliver it in a bioavailable form that your body can actually use effectively. The research showed that participants needed to consume at least 200 milligrams of vitamin C daily from whole food sources to see significant benefits. This translates to about 1 large orange, 1 cup of strawberries, or 1 cup of cooked broccoli daily. Here's what this means for your daily life and why timing matters so much. When 68-year-old Frank from Oregon started eating 1 large orange every morning and adding a cup of fresh strawberries to his afternoon snack, his chronic shoulder pain that had bothered him for 3 years began subsiding within just 2 weeks. The inflammation markers in his blood, specifically C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, dropped by 40% in his next blood test. His energy levels increased so dramatically that he was able to return to his woodworking hobby that he'd abandoned due to joint pain and fatigue. The key was consistency and spreading his vitamin C intake throughout the day rather than consuming it all at once. Your body is fighting inflammation every single day, and this battle intensifies as you age because your natural antioxidant production decreases significantly after age 60. Without adequate vitamin C from real food sources, this battle becomes exhausting and damages your joints, organs, and overall vitality in ways that compound over time. The inflammation doesn't just cause pain, it accelerates aging, increases your risk of heart disease, and can even affect your cognitive function. The solution is incredibly simple and requires no special preparation, expensive supplements, or complicated meal planning. Start eating 1 orange, a handful of fresh or frozen strawberries, or 1 cup of steamed broccoli every single day. You can rotate between these foods to keep things interesting, add them to meals you already enjoy, or eat them as healthy snacks between meals. Don't wait another day to give your immune system the natural tools it needs to start healing your body. Food 2. Green tea, nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory medicine. What if I told you that drinking 5 cups of a common beverage could cut your body's inflammation levels in half? This might sound too good to be true, especially if you've been disappointed by health claims before. But researchers at the University of California, San Francisco have documented exactly this result in multiple clinical trials spanning over a decade. Green tea contains a compound called EGCG, which stands for epigallocatechin galat, and this natural chemical has been shown to be more effective at reducing inflammation than many pharmaceutical approaches, without any of the dangerous side effects that often come with prescription anti-inflammatory treatments. The research is absolutely compelling and comes from some of the most respected medical institutions in the world. A study published in the Journal of Autoimmune Diseases followed 210 patients with various inflammatory conditions for 6 months, carefully monitoring their inflammatory markers through regular blood tests. Those who drank 5 cups of green tea daily experienced a 50% reduction in inflammatory markers in their blood, along with a 30% improvement in their overall quality of life scores. The Mayo Clinic has since recommended green tea as a first-line approach for managing chronic inflammation, particularly in adults over 60, whose bodies naturally produce more inflammatory compounds as they age. What's particularly impressive is that participants began seeing measurable improvements within just 2 weeks of starting their green tea regimen. The mechanism behind green tea's effectiveness is fascinating and shows why it works so much better than synthetic alternatives. EGCG works by inhibiting the production of inflammatory cytokines, which are chemical messengers that trigger inflammation throughout your body. It also activates your body's natural antioxidant enzymes, creating a dual effect that both reduces existing inflammation and prevents new inflammatory damage from occurring. Additionally, green tea supports the health of your gut microbiome, which plays a crucial role in regulating your immune system and controlling inflammation levels throughout your body. Consider the case of 73-year-old Helen from Minnesota, who had been struggling with persistent joint stiffness and fatigue for over 5 years. Her mornings were particularly difficult, often requiring over an hour before she could move comfortably, and she had given up many activities she once enjoyed. After replacing her regular coffee and soda consumption with 5 cups of green tea throughout the day, she noticed significant improvements within just 3 weeks. Her morning stiffness decreased from over an hour to less than 15 minutes, and she had enough energy to return to her beloved gardening hobby. Most importantly, her latest blood work showed inflammatory markers had dropped to levels her doctor hadn't seen in years. Every day you delay adding green tea to your routine, inflammation continues to damage your cardiovascular system, joints, and brain tissue in ways that may become irreversible over time. Chronic inflammation is now recognized as a major contributor to heart disease, arthritis, cognitive decline, and even certain cancers. The solution couldn't be simpler or more affordable than incorporating green tea into your daily habits. Replace your regular beverages with green tea throughout the day, aiming for 5 cups total spread across morning, afternoon, and early evening. You can drink it hot or cold, and adding a small amount of honey or lemon won't diminish its anti-inflammatory benefits. Start this habit today, because your body can begin the healing process within 48 hours of your first cup. Food 3. Matcha, the supercharged inflammation fighter that multiplies healing. This bright green powder contains 137 times more antioxidants than regular green tea, making it one of the most potent anti-inflammatory foods on the planet. Matcha is essentially green tea leaves that have been stone ground into a fine powder, which means you're consuming the entire leaf, rather than just steeping it in water and throwing the leaves away. Research conducted at Harvard Medical School has shown that this difference is absolutely crucial for maximizing the anti-inflammatory benefits your body receives. When you drink regular tea, you're only getting about 30% of the beneficial compounds available in the tea leaves. But with matcha, you're getting 100% of everything the plant has to offer. The science behind matcha's extraordinary power lies in its concentrated levels of EGCG and other beneficial compounds called catechins. Dr. Sarah Chen, a nutrition researcher at Harvard, published findings showing that 1 teaspoon of high-quality matcha powder provides the equivalent anti-inflammatory compounds found in 10 cups of regular green tea. Additionally, because you're consuming the whole leaf, matcha provides significant amounts of dietary fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome, creating a secondary anti-inflammatory effect that regular tea simply cannot match. The fiber content also helps slow the absorption of caffeine, preventing the jittery feeling some people experience with coffee while still providing sustained energy throughout the day. What makes matcha particularly beneficial for seniors is its unique amino acid profile, especially L-theanine, which works synergistically with the other compounds to promote calm focus and reduce stress-related inflammation. Chronic stress is a major contributor to inflammation in adults over 60, and matcha's ability to address both the physical and mental aspects of inflammation makes it incredibly valuable. Studies have shown that regular matcha consumption can lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone that triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body. Take the example of 69-year-old James from Florida, who had been drinking green tea for months with modest results. His inflammatory markers had improved somewhat, but he was still dealing with afternoon fatigue and morning joint stiffness. When he switched to adding 1 teaspoon of matcha powder to his morning smoothie, his inflammatory markers dropped by an additional 35% within just 4 weeks. His doctor was so impressed with the blood work results that she began recommending matcha to other patients dealing with chronic inflammation. James also reported better mental clarity and sustained energy throughout the day, benefits he hadn't experienced with regular green tea alone. Sticking with regular green tea when matcha is available means you're settling for a fraction of the healing potential available to you. And at your age, every advantage matters for maintaining your health and independence. The difference in anti-inflammatory power is so significant that it's like choosing between a gentle stream and a powerful river when your body needs maximum healing support. The solution is straightforward and takes less than 2 minutes to implement daily. Add 1 teaspoon of organic matcha powder to a cup of warm water, a smoothie, or even mix it into plain yogurt once daily. Quality matters tremendously with matcha, so look for bright green powder from reputable sources and avoid products that appear dull or brownish in color, as these indicate oxidation and reduced potency. Don't accept mediocre results when maximum healing is this accessible. Food 4. Cherry tomatoes, the unexpected inflammation destroyer hiding in plain sight. Who would think that this common salad ingredient could be more powerful than many prescription anti-inflammatory approaches? Cherry tomatoes contain exceptionally high levels of lycopene, a carotenoid that gives them their red color and provides remarkable anti-inflammatory benefits specifically for adults over 60. Research published by Harvard School of Public Health followed over 1,200 seniors for 3 years and found that those who consumed the highest amounts of lycopene from cherry tomatoes had significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and other key inflammatory markers in their blood. What's particularly interesting is that cherry tomatoes provided better results than larger tomatoes or processed tomato products, making this discovery especially relevant for your daily meal planning. The study's results were so impressive that Dr. Michael Rodriguez, the lead researcher, noted that the anti-inflammatory effects were comparable to those seen with pharmaceutical interventions, but without any of the gastrointestinal side effects or other complications that often accompany prescription treatments. The key is that lycopene from cherry tomatoes is much more bioavailable than lycopene from larger tomatoes or processed tomato products. The smaller size and thinner skin of cherry tomatoes allows your digestive system to extract and absorb significantly more of these beneficial compounds. Additionally, the concentration of lycopene per gram is actually higher in cherry tomatoes than in their larger counterparts. The research also revealed that cooking cherry tomatoes slightly actually increases their anti-inflammatory potential. When exposed to gentle heat, the lycopene becomes more bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and use more of it. This doesn't mean you need to cook them extensively. Even light sautéing for 2 to 3 minutes or adding them to warm dishes can increase their effectiveness. The Mediterranean diet, which has been extensively studied for its anti-inflammatory benefits, relies heavily on cooked tomatoes for this exact reason. Ruth, a 66-year-old from Texas, had been dealing with chronic inflammation that affected her sleep and daily activities for over 2 years. She was taking over-the-counter pain relievers almost daily and had given up her evening walks due to joint discomfort. After adding 10 to 12 cherry tomatoes to her daily diet, either in salads or as snacks, she noticed improvements in her joint comfort and energy levels within 3 weeks. Her latest blood work showed a 45% reduction in inflammatory markers, and she's sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Most remarkably, she's been able to eliminate her daily pain relievers and has resumed her evening walks with her husband. Ignoring this simple, inexpensive food means missing out on one of nature's most effective anti-inflammatory tools and continuing to accept pain and discomfort that could be significantly reduced with such a basic dietary addition. Cherry tomatoes are available year-round, affordable, and incredibly versatile in how you can incorporate them into your meals. The implementation couldn't be easier or more convenient for busy seniors. Eat 10 to 12 cherry tomatoes daily, either fresh as a snack, added to salads, or included in your cooking. You can buy them fresh or even use frozen cherry tomatoes, which often contain higher lycopene levels due to the freezing process that breaks down cell walls. Keep a container of washed cherry tomatoes in your refrigerator for easy snacking, or add them to omelets, soups, or pasta dishes. Start adding them to your meals today, because every day of delay means another day of unnecessary inflammation in your body. Food 5. Oolong and black teas. The variety your body craves for complete healing. You don't have to limit yourself to just green tea to get these incredible anti-inflammatory benefits, and in fact, variety may be the key to maximizing your results and preventing your body from becoming too accustomed to any single approach. Research conducted at Johns Hopkins Medical Center has demonstrated that oolong tea, black tea varieties like Earl Grey, and even pu'er tea contain significant levels of beneficial polyphenols that reduce inflammation through slightly different pathways than green tea. This means that rotating between different types of tea throughout the week can provide more comprehensive anti-inflammatory coverage than sticking to just one variety. Similar to how eating a variety of colorful vegetables provides more complete nutrition than focusing on just one type. The Johns Hopkins study, which followed 680 adults over age 65 for 18 months, found that those who consumed a variety of teas had 23% lower inflammatory markers than those who drank only one type. Dr. Patricia Williams, the study's principal investigator, explained that different teas contain unique combinations of polyphenols, and this diversity appears to target inflammation more effectively than any single compound alone. The research also showed that black tea consumption was particularly beneficial for cardiovascular inflammation, while oolong tea seemed most effective for joint-related inflammatory markers. This suggests that different teas may target different types of inflammation in your body. What's particularly fascinating is how different processing methods create different anti-inflammatory compounds in tea leaves. Green tea is unfermented, oolong tea is partially fermented, and black tea is fully fermented. Each fermentation level creates different beneficial compounds that work through various mechanisms to reduce inflammation. Earl Grey, for example, contains bergamot oil, which has its own anti-inflammatory properties that complement the tea's natural polyphenols. Pure tea, which undergoes a unique aging process, develops compounds that specifically support digestive health and reduce gut-related inflammation. The variety approach also helps prevent what researchers call tolerance adaptation, where your body becomes less responsive to a particular compound over time. By rotating between different teas, you're constantly providing your body with slightly different anti-inflammatory signals, maintaining maximum effectiveness over the long term. This is particularly important for seniors whose bodies may not respond as readily to treatments as they did when younger. Consider 72-year-old William from Oregon, who had been drinking only green tea for months, with good but limited results. His inflammatory markers had improved, but he was still experiencing afternoon fatigue and occasional joint stiffness. When he began alternating between green tea in the morning, oolong tea in the afternoon, and Earl Grey in the evening, his inflammatory markers dropped by an additional 28% within 6 weeks. He also reported better sleep quality and increased mental clarity, benefits he hadn't experienced with green tea alone. The variety also made his daily tea routine more enjoyable and something he looked forward to rather than a chore. Limiting yourself to one type of tea means missing out on the synergistic effects that come from diverse polyphenol intake. And at your stage of life, you need every advantage available to maintain optimal health and vitality. Think of it like taking a comprehensive multivitamin versus taking just one vitamin. The combination provides more complete support than any single element alone. The solution is both simple and enjoyable, turning your daily tea routine into a pleasurable ritual rather than just another health requirement. Create a weekly tea rotation schedule, drinking different varieties throughout the day and week. Monday might feature green tea and oolong, Tuesday could include Earl Grey and green tea, and so on. Keep several types of high-quality tea in your kitchen and experiment with different combinations to find what you enjoy most. Don't settle for partial results when complete anti-inflammatory support is as simple as expanding your tea cabinet. These 5 miracle foods aren't just theoretical concepts or wishful thinking that you might see promoted in health magazines. They're scientifically proven solutions that can genuinely transform how you feel every single day. Barbara's story from the beginning isn't unique or unusual. Thousands of seniors across America are discovering that the right foods can turn back the clock on inflammation and pain, giving them back the active, comfortable lives they thought were lost forever. You have the power to start healing your body naturally, starting with your very next meal, and the science is absolutely clear that these foods work when you use them consistently over time. If this information could help someone you care about feel better and live more comfortably, please share this video with them right now. Leave a comment telling me which of these 5 foods you're going to start with first, because I read every single response and love hearing about your success stories. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss our latest health discoveries, specifically designed for seniors who want to take control of their well-being naturally.